like a second.
In a second. Oh,
Two.
gosh. Oh, well.
Yo.
It's just bad. It doesn't
We
matter.
didn't even do anything today. We only added the lights.
I know, but we made it.
Oh,
We learned something. I'm gonna, you know what? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna get a charger that stays here and set up. I think that's where this whole
We've
thing.
never done this
Because
before.
possibly the laptop wasn't full because it was on your charger, and your charger doesn't.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, guys,
Just wait a second
we
for
are
some people
back.
to find us.
We are back, and we are extremely sorry. We've just learned something new. Yes, we've learned something. As I said, 100% of the times up until today, we've had the laptop that has a battery. I mean, I'm just saying, always plugged in. But today, we thought, oh, we'll go get the charger because we'd already started by the time we thought we haven't plugged it in. We'll go get the charger. And Lisa got up at 10% to go fetch the charger. When she got back, which is like less than 2 minutes later, the computer just said, that is it. We have, however, learned now that we should always have it plugged in. And then we, thinking through the whole thing, we just realized that every one of the cameras is a phone and it's plugged into the computer. So the computer is charging all three phones. And that's why the battery went so quick.
But you guys, so now some people are back. Antoinette started, Saskia. When I got up to charge the laptop, we still had 10%.
I know, that's
when
what I
I
said.
got back, everything was broken.
Yeah. But
Like-
I mean, you know what? I know people are going to go, oh, whatever. I see this, I've just learned something. It's the same as when you do something wrong when you're sewing. You've learned to try and never ever do that again. Because I didn't know that the battery of the laptop isn't strong enough because it lasts hours when I work on it.
But even my laptop doesn't do this. We have the same laptop. It's
but-
never like had like a meltdown like this thing just
Yeah,
had.
but I mean...
And that's why we couldn't come back. We had to wait for the laptop to find itself within itself.
It had to work up a certain amount of charge. Yeah, no, this is the problem. But as I said, now we know. I'm going to buy a dedicated freaking charger that's going to stay here because what happened is one of the charger's cables broke. So Lisa had her charger and yeah, it's one of those. It never happens.
gosh.
Or what do they say? It never rains but pours.
Yeah.
Well,
That's hilarious, guys. So, just fun fact. We always talking about upgrades and upgrades and upgrades, but we only upgraded the lights today, and we left it so last minute that we almost didn't even do the lights today. The lights are plugged into the wall. It's not plugged into the computer.
It's not added to it.
We did nothing new on the computer.
And my
other
laptop,
than not charge
my
it.
laptop should last like 4, 5, 6 hours, and
Yeah.
I've used it before, but it's one of those things you just don't think that you are also now charging 3 phones.
But it's because I can see the batteries draining really quickly. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize it would go this fast. But okay, I'm watching it. And then it goes to 10% and absolutely bombs everything out.
Okay, well, how many hours? Some
Crazy.
people back.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, it's a learning curve. You won't make this mistake when you do your lives one day.
Okay, so the battery's a bit back. Must I try and do
No,
the
no, no,
top?
give it
Because
a-
how are you going to do the top? The stream is kind of set up for that.
It's okay. I can show it like this. This is the easy bit. Give
Okay.
it another few minutes. Let's not bomb out again.
Okay. I'm gonna
Okay,
do
so
that.
as I said, we're going to take this one right side up and we're going to put the right side of that one to it. All right? And then I'm a big believer in pinning, so I always say you do you, but especially if you're new to sewing, always better to pin. Okay, so we're just going to pin around because we are just going to be sewing around like this. So we are just going to sew that one. And patterns are drawn to have a 1 centimeter seam allowance. All right, so I'm going to be sewing, and the machine, that it's also got a light, né? that's also taking. When is it
No.
working now?
No,
But it's draining. How's that light working?
that's not plugged in.
Oh.
So it's just draining.
Okay,
that
but
phone.
I mean, that's also another thing. Okay, so this the machine cam is not working at the moment. We're just giving it a little bit of time, but I'm just going to be sewing like that. So anyone has any questions, you are welcome to ask me while I do the sewing.
Okay, so Saskia says Instagram just isn't the same.
No.
YouTube wins.
Did you go to Instagram? We saw a few people
Yeah.
come on to Instagram. Yeah, no, it isn't, ne?
And Gail says, yeah, I tried Instagram. No.
It's
YouTube best.
just no. Oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to sew this and we'll give it a little bit more time for the actual battery to charge up a little bit because we don't want to bomb out because now let's rather have 1 or 2 screens less. I'm just sewing around.
Antoinette says we're all here as humans and we're here to support you for the education and the entertainment. And have you been thoroughly entertained tonight?
Yeah, no. God, some people, especially if there's someone that's a little bit techie out there, they
Yes.
must go like, what are these people doing?
Yeah, but it always feels so bad when stuff goes like big wrong. Like sometimes like a light goes off or one of the cameras stops working and then it works again or whatever. But like when something big goes wrong,
When
it's
it
like,
goes
oh,
off, I know.
this
It's
happens
like,
all the time, every time.
no,
but
but
it
we-
doesn't actually.
no, it hasn't happened for a while. And the things that were wrong, we fixed most of that.
Yes.
And even things that weren't wrong, we fixed. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is as I say in the instructions, I'm just going to cut down on my seam allowance just to avoid bulk. All right. This is up to you. I normally cut half the seam allowance at least. I'm just going to come closer because I'm a bit far from the table, so I can't.
Oh,
Okay.
shame. I think most of our YouTube people came back.
Oh, is it? Oh, thanks for bearing with us, guys. Thank you. Okay, so and then we need to just nip in all around the curves. You guys must know this by now. And just be careful to not nip into your sewing, into your actual stitching line.
Or your fingers, or your pets.
And I'm just gonna put on my iron, which I see is still dirty from last week. I should have cleaned it, but I didn't think of it. So we're just nipping in. Just helps with the curve and the turning of the curve. My stitch length is also quite long.
Rhoda says, I prefer using those plastic clips instead of pins.
I know, but I didn't learn with them, man. So I find them quite, I don't know. I
They
just
just
can't.
don't feel right.
I use them, but then, I'm all out of sorts when I have to take them out because I'm so used to my, what they say, like small muscle is not set up for that. Okay, so then we're going to just turn it over, right side out. I'm going to try and just switch on the iron. So I normally start by, this is so funny. During COVID when I was teaching, I have such a bad habit of doing this for finger ironing. And then I realized one day that, freaking hell, with COVID, none of us should be doing that. Because I also taught people to do it. So we had little,
Buckies.
those little things that they had at the bank that wet your fingers.
Yes.
Okay, so we put, what is that? Sanitizer in it. And it ate the sponges. I know. I know. So in the end, we ended up just using those sponges with water and telling everyone to not put your finger in your mouth. Try really hard, but it's like a habit.
Oh my word.
Yeah, it was quite funny because we were waiting, and then everyone says, but something's not like the sponges are a little bit weird. And then I realized, oh, okay, so the 90 what, 90 odd percent alcohol is eating away at the sponges. Okay, so I'm just going to iron it nice and neat and tidy, so that when I do my top stitch, what's the percentage like now?
It's going up, 26.
Okay, well
want me to
maybe
plug
you
it
should
in?
add at least the
Top cam.
the sewing machine one. Add the top cam last,
Why?
because I'm going to be sewing now.
No. The people
Oh.
prefer.
Oh, okay.
I am pretty sure that people prefer the top cam.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so I'm just pinning it because just sometimes you don't want to iron too long or too hard on a piece of fabric, because it might actually burn or shrink your fabric a little. So I'm just going to pin it just after I've ironed it. You can also use a clapper. I don't know if you guys have clappers, but I'm sure the ones who have them. I just don't like clapping because it shakes everything. And I'm just going to do a top stitch around to finish it. And yes, I know I'm sewing with white thread. This is just to make it easier for you guys to see where I've sewn. It also, of course, makes my my mistakes look much worse. But anyway, who cares? I'm showing you how you can perfect it.
Saskia says, "Ooh, look at all those prim irons," because now I zoomed out.
Oh, is it? Can
Yeah.
you see them all?
And MK says, "I got my prim iron a few days ago, and I love it so much. Best buy."
Oh, absolutely. Best
And-
thing ever.
Saskia says, "All the raffles and things I enter for the prim iron, I should just have put the money away, and I'd be able to buy one. Don't you have one yet, Saskia?"
Nieman. Nieman. Oh, yeah. Talk about. Shall we say anything? No.
No.
Yeah, there won't be more raffles, is all we can say. That's what we got.
Rhoda said, "I use my flat iron for my seams."
Your
That's smart.
Oh, flat
Like
iron.
hair, flat iron.
Oh, for the edges like this. That's
Yeah.
actually not a bad idea. Okay, so there we go. That is done. That is ready. And now we're gonna, as I said, we want to finish everything we have to do to this piece. So also now this needs to go in there on, wait. Am I doing it right? The wrong way around. It should be like that.
Should it?
Okay, so that all needs to be there, because then there's no, because trust me, I've done things and then by the end of it I go like, oh, I forgot to add the flap. So best is to pin it there and get it in there. And that is also, I'm going to actually, this I am going to baste. And guys, if you hear me, you use the word baste. Basting is just, it doesn't matter. You can make it a bigger stitch. I just use a normal stitch on my machine. I just baste in the seam allowance. So instead of at 1 centimeter, I baste at 0.5 so that it won't show in the final work, but it still keeps it all there. So I'm just going to baste down there so that I can take all of those pins out. I know. Oh, so that they don't stick me.
And basting is when you smear the chicken with the sauce.
You can also, yeah. But please don't smear this with anything. Don't be smearing anything here. When I write in Word also doesn't understand baste.
Oh.
It does not like me using it where I'm using it. So I have to tell it to ignore. I'm sure there is a temporary, it's not a temporary stitch. It's not what it's called. Anyway, I'm also teaching Word.
Yeah, long temporary stitch used in sewing.
Yeah, see, but how do you spell that?
Long temporary.
No, based.
B-A-S-T-E.
That's what I spell it like. I thought maybe I've got the spelling wrong, and that's why.
I don't know.
Word.
Maybe you don't baste it. Because everywhere here it just refers to it as a basting stitch.
Basting.
Yeah, so like now you create a basting stitch. Now do a basting stitch.
Okay,
As
so
opposed
maybe
to
maybe
don't
that's what.
baste them.
Yeah, maybe that's what Word doesn't like. Okay, so see, that's at 0.5, so that's all there, and I know it's gonna stay where it is, but I'm just gonna pin this as I pin my straps to be sure that it will never fall into my seams. I'm gonna also just quickly baste those two. I'm gonna use my basting stitch to set. Now it feels like we're doing hair. No,
We're going to be conducting a basting stitch now.
I am going to use the word baste and until someone has a better plan for me. But it needs to be a good plan. I can't just use difficult English words.
Rhoda says I call it tacking.
Well, tacking, you see, it's because I know tacking as hand tacking. But yes, I'm sure Word is going to have a problem with that also because
now I tack them.
Now I do a tacking stitch. Do a basting stitch. I could do that. Do a basting stitch. Now do a basting stitch.
Yes.
I'm actually fine by just having Word do what I say it should.
Let me Google it. Baste them together.
Ask AI. What does he say? What is his opinion on this? Her.
Well, yeah, they use it like that.
Oh.
Yeah, why based?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just paranoid like that. So I'm going to just pin these down because there's nothing worse than having finished your bag and then you see, oh, I put the strap in there. Okay, so now that's done.
I basted my strap onto the bag.
Easy peasy. Next is we're going to go there. And we are going to...
Oh, this is like a mini bag.
It's like a mini bag.
Is it a bag for the doll?
No, it's not. I think this is also a very cute bag to make and to use it as a gift wrap for a prezi.
Yes.
It's like put a Barbie doll and some clothes in it or whatever. I don't know what kids play with these days.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Imagine we used to perform dances.
Print a screenshot of a TikTok and put it in the bag. Okay.
We used to perform dances to get sleepovers, right? That's my generation.
Yeah?
Now, I mean, imagine I was a kid now. We'd be performing dances and putting them on TikTok.
Yeah, well. Okay, so we're going to... It's all very clear in the instructions. We are going to sew down here and we're going to sew down there. All right? And we are still going to do the lining because the lining is almost exactly the same. Not completely. We're also going to sew down the sides here. Right. There we go. Sides pinned. And also, guys, I'm working at an angle. I struggle to see exactly where my seam is from the top here.
What do you mean? Do you need some more?
No, the light's not the problem. Okay, so here's where the only difference comes in.
Must I brighten it up?
No, don't make it. No. Is we need to leave a turnout hole. Okay, so we are gonna sew that little piece, and we are gonna sew this little piece. And if you guys ever wonder why don't I just put that hole at the end, because it's easier to close turnout hole at the end when it's sewn two pieces. What?
I do, yeah, too. It's quite annoying.
Why? That's new. Can you see the table is not level? Something is, yeah.
No.
Let me try and do this.
Yeah, just baste it right on top.
I'm gonna just baste underneath here. Basically. There we go.
That was quite
Okay.
annoying.
It's
That was quite annoying.
I know. I know. Anyway, it's just easier because it's impossible to finish the turnout hole afterwards if it's in a corner. So just always do it in the middle of. Okay, so we're gonna go down there. We're gonna do that little bit and this little bit, and on the same the other side. Okay. So just doing.
A proper baste.
No, we are now sewing. We're not basting anymore. We are sewing, sewing, sewing. Fast and furious. Am I at the fastest? Yes, I am. I'm so spoiled with my industrial machine that this feels like the slow of the industrial machine.
Bianca's not here tonight. How weird.
Ah. I know she said something about she has bags to finish or something.
Oh.
I know that was what she said, something like that to me earlier today. Okay. And this little bit here. Okay, and we're gonna just do this sides quickly. These sides.
Hi guys, please press the like button asseblief.
Yeah.
Ja,
Even if it wasn't
likeable.
so likable, just be nice. Okay, so we wanna get all of this. You want to be sure, you can of course reverse over your straps, which will help you to strengthen them. Up to you. Okay, second last one.
Doop, doop, doop. Imagine we had the stitch cam right now.
I'm sure you can put it on now.
You are right. We're at 50%.
Oh yeah.
After all of that.
Yeah, well, we've learned a lesson. That's a lesson learned.
Whoa, what happened to the camera angle?
Why? Is it gone?
No, it's not. It's not the angle.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll lose some of our viewership if we had this all 100% under control.
Yeah, maybe some people are watching for the techie side of it.
Yeah.
And trying to learn how to make a
Learning
stream.
through our mistakes. All right. That's done. So we've got two like that. And the next thing you want to do is you're going to just lick your fingers.
And then baste your fingers
and pull like this, because we need to match up these two. Are you zoomed in?
No.
Yes, silly sake.
Hold on.
It's a struggle with you tonight.
I'm tired.
And we
How
are.
much do you want me to zoom?
No,
No,
just
there
that.
we go.
Yeah, goed so. Great. Awesome.
Now you want me to zoom out?
No,
Yes.
keep zooming. We're just gonna remember your flick flacks. Don't flick that side on the one side and then flick, because then so flick them the same way.
You gotta move this way. Yes.
So we're gonna get that pin there. And if you didn't catch that because I wasn't in screen, we're doing it again. So you are going to, I'm just going to remove these two pins that I put in here because I'm scared they get stuck in my machine. So you're just gonna pull this open. My fusing is not 100% stuck. It doesn't matter because there we go, and I'm pinning there, and better get that one there. Okay, and then yeah, I really should have. I thought my iron wasn't completely hot when I when I started ironing. Maybe that's the one. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna just do it right now. Okay, so we're just gonna sew that quickly. Looks really bad. Anyway, sew those little bits. Go. I think this will be so cute if you do, like, imagine a little bag like this for everyone you give a present to, and you do it in like Christmas fabric. Think it's so cute like that? Like we had last year, but
Yes.
instead of that you have these little backpacks, and they can be hung like socks, like Christmas socks.
Oh yeah, that's a cute idea.
I think it's very cute. And also because it's so...
Are you making bags for everyone this year?
Am
For
I?
Christmas, yeah.
Yeah. And because it's so quick and doesn't use a lot of fabric, you can literally make them and sell them for quite cheap because they're so quick to make. I mean, we've had a interruption, and we're done. We just one more sewing bit, and we're done.
So less than an hour. Less than an hour.
Yeah, and remember, I'm not. If you do like 3 or 4 at a time, it's going to be even faster. Okay, so last bit. It says turn the outer bag wrong side out, which is what we have.
How do we do that? With a loop turner.
No. Okay, so wrong side out, and then it says turn the lining bag right side out. So the opposite.
I know what you're going to do now.
The opposite. And we are going to just put that in there. Let's just get, I didn't bring my center marks over. Ooh, bad bunny. Just get them quickly. Mark them. All right, so we're just going to slip that in there, and we are just going to line up our center front and center back and our 2 side seams. So we're going to do that. We're going to line up here. Remember your flick flack.
I reckon now you're going to stitch it together.
You are reckoning right, man. You are completely reckoning completely right. And there.
Oh my gosh, I can flip the camera.
Are you learning something new? Can we please not try any new
Did I
things?
not flip?
Let's just stick to
I didn't do anything.
Okay. All right. So now, once we've done that, we're going to sew all around. Okay?
Good thing I set up the stitch cam.
Okay, let's go. This is the second last stitch we're going to make, because we just need to do a top stitch still, a finishing top stitch. And we will be done.
Phil Shot is here.
Oh. Okay, what are we doing? There we go, second last. Go, 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 go.
Stitchy, stitchy, stitchy.
So difficult to sew when you're higher than the machine. Because you have no traction to pull. Because if I pull, I'm pulling up. Oh, see? Okay, that's that. And now we are gonna pull all of this through our turnout hole. Best advice is to remember that you have pins in there, so don't stick yourself. I'm going to pull it all through so we can have the right side of the bag outside, and these pins are going to be in the way, so be careful.
Why is there pins? For the
Because
straps?
to hold the straps, but I can see this one pin is already. There we go. Let me just take that pin out there. So of course you can take the pins out beforehand, but Amanda is fearless. Fearless of pins. Pins. Schmins. I am not scared. I am actually, that's why it's taking slightly longer. Because I'm pulling, and if I'm pulling, I can hear a pin, I hear a pin. There we go, get that pin out of there. I think I have all the pins now. Okay, get all the bulky stuff through. Biggest bulky thing is still the little flap. All right, that's all done. Through. Okay, and before you even go further, you are going to close your turnout hole. And it's many times it stretches a little bit, so you can actually just go back and give it a little iron to make it actually fit again. Go, there we go, and this one to fit on top of that one. Okay, and you are gonna just close your turnout hole. Right, done. You're gonna push your lining in. Push it in there. Last bit, you are going to lick your fingers and oh gosh, that didn't actually work. I didn't iron it. See, I'm trying to be quick now. No, it must have just slipped off there. Because I did actually, I can see where I started and where I ended. Anyway, okay, push it in there, and by, I've got hair and I've got everything. And then just, again, finger ironing. We are gonna make sure that this is nicely, I always like to, if you guys can see, always let the outside hang over a little bit so that I don't have lining showing on the outside of my bag.
Show it again.
Okay, so let's go this way. So getting it perfect like you would anywhere else sometimes makes the lining show on the outside. So I actually pull the lining in slightly. Can you see? So that the lining does not show on the outside of the bag, which will make it look a bit cheaper. Okay. You can iron this. I'm just trying to save time with us losing time. Say. And then this one, guys, just be very careful here. You don't actually want to sew through your handle. You can actually, for strength, so if you can get your top stitch right close up, it will actually add some strength to your strap, but I would suggest the handle stays up. So get that perfect. So I'm going to start that side, so we're just going to do a top stitch to get it to lay nice and flat. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to do a top stitch. Obviously, if you are making this bag, you can match up your thread. Doesn't have to be white like mine. There's a lot of finger licking in sewing. I don't know if other people know it. I'm sure that's why some people work with these little rubber finger. But can you imagine? I couldn't work with that. Now when my nails are too long is when I can't get the pins out easily and pick them up easily. There's also a super cute bag to like put swimming stuff in, or going to the beach, or just like small overnight for, or if you're gonna, you know, like a play date, you just take your paar brats popper and your.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the bag done, guys. Without the interruption, as I said, we probably did this in less than an hour. That's the bag.
I think with the interruption we did it in less than an hour.
Okay, so that's the bag done. Now, I don't particularly want to shape this bag to go like this. I actually thought about that. That's normally what I would do to match it up to here. So I thought to myself, what about... So I've added poppers. You'll see, I'm not going to add the popper now, but you'll see that it's marked. And you would put a popper like there. Let me show you. Like there and there. And it would pull it closed like that. Or to make it even like very cutesy, is you could just add, where I've got the poppers, 2 little pieces of ribbon, and then it closes up and opens up the bag. So otherwise, I mean, if this is fine for you, I mean, I wouldn't like that. So my plan is...
It's actually a book bag size. This is a cute
this
metric bag.
Yeah, but the next one is just
you have like one book and a pen.
Yeah. So so you'll have a popper there and a popper here, and you'll pop it, and when you want to use the bag full size, then
you unpop it.
You unpop it, yeah. So in effect, you would either have little ribbons or poppers, which is the easier one, probably. I just I don't have poppers that match this. And I don't want to open a new packet for one set of poppers. So in the end, if the poppers are closed, it looks like that. It's actually a very cute bag. See, it looks like that. And this is the medium. As I said, it's not a tiny one. That's why I called it a medium. because it's not those, you know, those like tiny little bags that some girls wear. And
No, but it's a A4 almost.
Yeah.
It's like a book size.
it's an A4 because it's 30.
Yeah. It's the perfect little matric bag. Or like one book university bag.
Yeah. So this, I think, is as easy as you can get a bag if you're not doing those drawstring, those like, you know, those bags you get for free,
Yeah.
those drawstring backpacks, which I absolutely hate.
Saskia says can add grommets and a drawstring.
Exactly that. That's what I'm thinking. You can add, well, yes, in the total at the top, yes. But sometimes I hate it that I have to flap open and undo the drawstring. So that's why I thought it can stay like this as a sort of, but I'm sure, I mean, an A4 will still fit into it. Remember, you're actually just popping these two together,
Yeah.
not the outside bit. So it's actually, the poppers are going to keep that together. So you would still easily be able to get an A4 in here.
But I think like university or college or whatever, if you have
But
like
as I
one
said,
class
or a
and
day
you've got your
bag.
pen and you've got one book and that's it.
Or, you know, if you go like to a concert
Yes.
and you want to dance and be like lacquer,
Yeah.
but you've always got your purse and your ID and your car keys, and this is like perfect because it's not big and you can even put your phone in it. I especially didn't add pockets. I thought about it
No,
and I
that's
thought to
cute.
myself, it's not that we're not making a bag utility for your laptop and everything. This is a quick bag that, I mean, that you can sell on a market. I mean, it looks much more
I think
work
it's very cute.
than it is. You can sell on a market and just with funky fabric. Look how cute it looks.
This looks like a really weird fabric.
Well, it's cotton. Yeah,
Just weird colors to me.
that's not weird to me. So there you go.
It looks like it's like fuzzy.
It does. I saw that. It does that when you iron it. So it does have a little bit of a fuzz. Yes.
Weird.
Yeah. Wouldn't have said that, but yes. So there you go. And there. And there. I'm going to put it on my back because I'm sure that this is not enough strap for for me bods. My bods needs more.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, Bianca's here.
Oh, Bianca. You can make these. Very quick, very easy.
Sewing up a storm for a
I
market on
know.
the
She's
31st.
busy with the market, I told you.
But isn't this perfect for that market?
It is this, I mean, this honestly
Looks cute.
is it's very quick and very cheap. If you use cheap fabric, I'm not saying cheap, but I'm saying not expensive fabric. I'm sure you could get very possibly, what is fabric? 140 wide, ne? Fabric is 140 wide. This is 35. So that's 70. I promise you, you're going to get four outers on half a meter. 4 outers. So then you buy a meter normal fabric, outer fabric, you'll get 4 backpacks. And a meter, it must be 140 wide. A meter lining fabric. No, you still need for the flaps. So a meter
gets you 2 bags.
a meter and a half will give you more than 4 bags. Yeah, which is very little for a backpack.
Bianca says, love the fabric, yo. Gail says, I like the pop idea.
Yeah.
And Rhoda says, I didn't think it was that big. Wow.
It's not that big.
It's not big, but
look on
it's
me bod.
just the big
Let me put it on me bod for you. See, it's not big.
No?
This is not this is not a big bag.
No, but I think when it's
And
like zoomed
also,
in the whole time,
when
it
you
looks
hang,
small.
when it's hanging and it's got something in it, it's not going to change that much shape. But again, as I said, this pattern is simple enough that you could just literally, even on your computer, make it smaller. On your printer. If you want
Yeah,
even
like print at
something-
80% or
Yes,
something.
but print
Yeah.
this at 80%, you can. There's nothing that'll go wrong.
Yeah. Saskia says lives up to the name. Easy backpack.
Yes.
Gail
Super
says
easy.
so cute. Mandy says I like it.
Yeah.
Bianca says love it. Renee Bogart
Yeah.
says I love the bag.
Yeah, look.
I don't
Look.
know, Renee. Where were you? Hello.
So let me pin this one also like it would be if it had poppers. I have the poppers. They're on the pattern, guys. I just didn't want to. I only got grey poppers, and I didn't want to put grey poppers. I was gonna go look at
Yeah.
home, huh?
Not great.
Yeah. But see, it opens. Look, let's see if we can get an A4 in here. So even with the
I
poppers
feel
in,
like it might be 1 centimeter too small. for
no,
A4.
no, it's gonna fit. Look.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Might be a little bit short, but I did make this
It's extra space.
slightly higher, but it actually fits perfectly.
Yeah.
A4.
Rhoda says canvas would be great or denim. See, I was also
And
thinking
if you do it in canvas and denim, you might actually not even have to line it.
I was thinking canvas, you make this for like a kiddie's party where you like paint and draw on backpack.
Oh, yes.
And you make
Yeah.
it canvas.
And you draw a picture and they can
Yeah.
just color it or something.
Yeah. Crafty party.
But just imagine you get a Christmas.
Or you like
you
bedazzle it.
You get your Christmas gift in this.
Yeah.
Instead of I told you guys already, I did fabric bags. Just little drawstring bags. And it actually worked so well. I made them big enough that they could take the biggest, almost the biggest gift. And this is even bigger, so I would have gotten the pan in here. The handle might still show. But I mean,
Did the pen fit in a bag?
it fitted, the bag fitted, but the whole handle was out.
Oh my word. Saskia says yes, denim. Dilshot says it's a convenient size for real life. Yes.
Yeah. And then
Dale says great size.
there's also a bigger one. So
Oh,
if you
cool.
want, I made 2 patterns.
And
This is the
Rhoda-
medium.
Rhoda said, no, I meant big in a good way, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I think it just looks quite small when you're working on it, like, because it's like close
Yeah,
up
yeah,
the
yeah,
whole time.
yes.
So it looks like you're working on
But it
something
is
tiny.
talking backpacks. I mean, with us
Yeah.
and with your laptop bags and things,
Yeah, my laptop
they are
won't fit in
mostly
that
bigger
bag.
than this. But this is sort of
My
that
iPad
that
would fit.
girly backpack handbag
Yeah,
size.
Yeah.
What's the time?
Renee said, I
They're
was
gonna lock us in.
I was on Facebook and Instagram, decided to join here. Yes, Renee, come back here in the future.
Always
here.
YouTube.
YouTube is way better. There's more of a chat and a vibe going on.
Yeah.
And it breaks less than the other ones. Well,
Well, tonight
maybe
it
not
wasn't
tonight.
Facebook or YouTube. It was
The
our
laptop.
computer. But it's okay. It won't happen again. We learned another lesson.
Rhoda said maybe add an inside pocket for your money. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Or you could have like a little string with a little small purse attached that you can pull out and just throw back in.
Bianca says crafty canvas, fabric paint. Yeah, exactly.
You can even sell them as kits.
Yes.
With a little bit, those little pots of
Paint,
paint,
yes.
a brush, and yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, guys, we need
Bianca,
to go.
this
They
better
are
be at
going to
the
lock us in. It's 10 to 9.
okay. Bye.
Guys, thank you for joining. Thanks for your patience. Sorry about what happened. We learn every time. Thank you. Let me know. Send us a WhatsApp. If you have any ideas for lives, please, guys. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.